Peace, this is Prince Razael, and today I want to talk about an easy way to understand the 7 universal laws. The first law is the law of mentalism. Everything is mental. An easy way to understand that is, what controls our lives is things that we can't see. For example, our desires, our feelings, and our thoughts can't be seen. It's all internal. But that affects us. Everything is ran off of our desires, our feelings, and our thoughts. So if everything is run by things that we can't even see, everything around us must be a projection of those 3 things. And that's really all it is to it, that everything takes place within you or within your own mind. The second law is the law of correspondence. As above, so below. We have planets outside in the universe, but those planets outside in the universe help us describe or understand the planets within us, which is our chakras. We wouldn't really be able to understand our chakras if it wasn't planets up there, use as symbols to help us, come to that conclusion, like, okay, as above, so below. We are all many universes in ourselves. Everything is atoms. The next law is the law of polarity. For every right, there's a left. For every up, there's a down. There's never going to be male without a female. There's never going to be a left without a right, at least on the physical plane. Everything is always going to have an opposite. There's never going to be this one thing. The next law is the law of vibration. Everything moves. Everything, vibrates. Even though we may not be able to perceive it with our physical eyes, when you start to open up your third eye, you could, and you access higher dimensions, you will be able to see everything vibrates. Everything has, motion, even inanimate objects. Just because you might not be able to perceive its movement, it still vibrates. It still has a lifespan. It's still, over time, it changes, which goes into the next law, the law of rhythm, the law of cycles. We all were born, we all live, and we all die. Death or rebirth, and it just happens over and over and over again. That's how everything is. Everything has a lifespan. Nothing just stays the same, forever, at least on this physical plane. Even we change form. We were once kids, adults, then we get older, then we die. Everything is subject to the law of cycles. The next law is a law of cause and effect. For every action, there's a reaction. There's never nothing that you do that doesn't have an effect on the world around you, because you are the center of your universe. You are what gives your universe life. For example, that job that you have, you wouldn't have that job if you wouldn't have put in that work. That application, that interview, if you wouldn't have never gave that life and put energy into it, you wouldn't have it. You wouldn't have, your children if you wouldn't have committed the act of sex. You wouldn't. None of that would be in existence. Like, you wouldn't be alive if you decided to just lay down and not eat and not drink. You would die. So everything around us, we give it life, because for every action, there's a reaction. And lastly, the law of gender is, like I said, for every male, there's a female, but there's always going to be energy that draws in, and there's always going to be energy that projects out. That's why, the male sexual organ projects out and the female sexual organ, draws in. Then when they come together, they create life. But even though, the males project energy out, they still have aspects within themselves that draw energy in, and vice versa. Women also have energy that they project out, even on their dominant energy pulls in. So there's always both energies, yin and yang. They're always present within us all, even though one may be dominant and one might be, repressive or repressed, but it's still there. So that's just a brief introduction into the 7 universal laws. Hopefully you have a better understanding of them. Peace and Hotep. I'll get at you later.